Alright, let's now jump into the demonstration of the Oro X-ray application. After all the explanation of different aspects like image pre-processing, the feature extraction, the concept of sparse binary relevance, and the optimizations that were done at the binary relevance algorithm. So let me just start the backend service, the Oro X-ray service. By the way, I've already started the PostgreSQL and RabbitMQ service locally and also configured the SNS endpoint as well. And let me also start the Oro X-ray machine learning service. By the way, our deep learning 4J model runs on the CUDA 11.2 version, and it's actually embedded within the application itself, which is a good approach, unlike relying on the system's CUDA installation. Now let's start the front-end application. So I'm running the Oro X-ray app on the port 4200 and the Oro X-ray administrative portal at port 4201. Okay, so our Oro X-ray application is up, and okay, both apps are up. Let me open them. So localhost 4200. Here is the home page of the Oro X-ray application. The design looks quite elegant, and it took quite a bit of time for me to come up with this sort of elegant design. So the thing is, once your homepage design is done, it kind of sets the tone for the rest of your application. You now kind of have the theming idea, color combination to design the other components as well. Usually, the organizations or people go with a design first workflow using tools like Figma or Adobe XD to build wireframes. My approach is a code first approach where I draw inspirations from dozens of templates and then just start building it and improving the design as the application evolves. So this Oro X-ray application uses Materialize CSS 2.0, which is, by the way, my most favorite styling framework. The entire application is responsive, robust, elegant, and aligns well with the progressive web app principles. Here's a quick recap of what the pipeline we had already discussed: the image pre-processing, feature extraction, classification, the iterative refinement. The refinement phase is all about improving the model's accuracy and generalizability, etc. etc. Then fortunately, I came across this brilliant illustration which represents the radiologist analyzing a chest x-ray. And then here's the referencing for the Chexpert dataset. As discussed, it's a repository of 224,316 chest x-ray images from over more than 65,000 patients, offering a range of pathologies and radiological findings. Let's look at the sign up page now. The process is pretty straightforward. You just provide a valid username, choose a strong password, valid email, choose a strong password that meets the requirement, and then just complete the Google CAPTCHA. A verification link will be sent to that email, and it will expire after 7 days. So basically the verification link will expire after 7 days. Now let's log in. You can use either the username or the email. Basically the UI is more of replicated from the Gmail, so you can use either the username or the email for logging. I'm using the username Imad Hanif, providing the password. Also, one thing, there's a forgot password feature. You just complete the CAPTCHA, Google CAPTCHA, click on the reset password, and a recovery link is emailed to you. From there the user can set a new password. So let's log in. And here's our dashboard page. So all these statistics, the patient information, the classifications are specific to the currently logged in user. Right at the top we have got 4 key stats that gives us a quick snapshot of the activity. Today's upload, this shows how many x-rays were uploaded today. but it only counts those where the inference actually succeeded. So if the inference failed and we have a status like error occurred, it's not included. Right now it's showing 0 since we haven't done any classifications yet. Then patients, the total number of patients created by this user, as of now that's 27. The disease and findings 12. This reflects how many distinct disease classifications the Oro X-ray application supports. And the last one is the X-ray classifications, the total number of X-ray inference operations performed by this user, and that is in this case 51. Just below, we have got this beautiful or elegant donut chart titled as classification. It gives us a visual breakdown of what kind of findings were most commonly selected during the classification. For example, the support devices was selected 26 times, edema was selected 24 times, atelectasis was selected 10 times, consolidation was selected 15 times, etc. etc. To the right, there are two demographic breakdowns. The patient gender distribution. So a bar chart showing the male versus female counts. We have got 16 male patients and the 11 female patients. Then the patient age distribution. A pie chart splitting the age groups into brackets like 0 to 9, 10 to 19, all the way up to 90 plus years, giving us a nice overview of the age spread. Also, you could also add the country based distribution on the Oro X-ray application. By the way, I've already added the patient country distribution on the administrative portal, but it shows the breakdown for all the patients created by all the users. Let me just open it. So just give me a minute. I'm logging to the administrative portal. And here's the pie chart showing the patient based distribution, but it shows the breakdown for all the patients created by all the users. So whenever you perform an X-ray classification, or whenever you either update, delete, or add the patients, the statistics with respect to either the patient or the classifications are re-requested again from the Oro X-ray service once you navigate back to the dashboard. That's where the proper state management implementation comes in. So let me repeat it. Whenever you perform an X-ray classification, or you either add or delete or create the patient, the statistics with respect to the patients or the X-ray classifications are re-requested again from this Oro X-ray service, and once you navigate back to the dashboard. That's the benefit of a proper state management implementation. So here's a patient table. It's a paginated and searchable listing all the patients created by this user. We have got fields like name, gender, age, country, mobile number, etc. You can either view, edit, you can either view, edit, or even delete the patients as well. Also, one thing, for each patient, you can basically hover and view all the X-ray classifications perform on them. Now notice that once we navigate to the page 2, it will perform an API request to the Oro X-ray service. But once we navigate back to the either page 1, which is already loaded, and now the page 2 is already loaded as well. So once we navigate back to the page 2, it doesn't re-request it. That's where the state management implementation comes in. And in this Oro X-ray application, it's implemented with NGRX. So after deleting an item, let's say after deleting an item, we then perform an API request from the Oro X-ray service. Basically what we do is we resets the state of all the fetched pages and also fetch the current page from the Oro X-ray service. which is our backend, instead of mutating the store again. This ensures that the front end view remains in sync with the backend state. The store should or actually reflect the actual state, not just an assumption of what is or what was deleted. So if I navigate to the page 3, it will request from the Oro Access service because it's not currently loaded. So you can see it's requested again. But if I navigate back to the page 1, page 2 or page 3 because they're already loaded again, so they won't be refetching it from the Oro Access service. But once I delete an item, it will perform an API request of the currently page and we reset the state of all the fetched pages. So finally, on the right side, we have got the classification table, basically listing the top 10 classification entries performed by this user. We have fields like patient name, the country, the data set. Currently only Chexpert is supported. Then the processing type, like whether it's an inference mode, then the status is processing, which is shown as a rounded spinner. For generating heat map, it shows a square shaped spinner with indigo color and or marked as completed. And of course, the time taken for each inference as well. So yeah, that's the purpose of the dashboard in any application, to give you a brief personalized insight into the overall workflow. And in our case, that means giving our users a quick snapshot of their X-ray classification activity.